Hi, everybody. Claudia here from Hugo Coffee. As you know, we do weekly fundraisers, week-long online fundraisers benefiting a specific, small, volunteer-based, cash-strapped always, animal rescue nationwide. But today we are with the lovely Rose from the Utah Animal Adoption Center. So we're staying local this fundraiser. So let's really do a great job and show lots of love for Utah and the Utah Animal Adoption Center. Good afternoon, Rose. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm great. Any day I get to talk about the amazing work we do in the community is a good day, right?
And any day I get to hear it is a good day.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to be here.
Because I love everything you do.
Yeah.
But we're going to remind people of all the good things you do by talking about it.
Great.
All right. So Rose, tell everybody what the mission of the Utah Animal Adoption Center is, how long you've been around, your reach, that kind of thing.
You bet. So we have been in the life-saving work for over 40 years now. We celebrated our 40th anniversary last year. So we continue to do the work where we've served the communities, our partners, and we work to end euthanasia across the animals, which I think we're all in that place. Yep. We look to adopt the animals. We do have a facility, which is a little bit unique for us, right? So we're not all foster-based. We have an amazing facility in Sandy City. And in that facility, we house our cats. Our dogs go through our foster program. And each year we rescue and save about 1,000 animals a year.
That's great.
On top of that, though, what is so unique about us and what I've loved, we've even evolved our mission over the last 40 years is, and I know we spoke about this last time, is the amazing work that we can do because of our vet suite. Because we have an in-house vet suite and we have volunteer vets as well as paid vets that come through, donate their time, but also give their time at a very discounted amount to allow us to continue to do the work we do. So that has been, I think, probably the shining star, I would say, of this organization over the last 40 years and how we've evolved into being able to just be more impactful on the vet side and serve our partners in doing so, which is one of my favorite things about the mission because it allows us to stem the problem up front, right? You don't have to just continue to rescue. It's like, how do we empower and enable people at the beginning?
So that's right. So when you say, so this is a great segue into the topic I harp on all the time, which is the true impact is with spay and neuter. Spay, I mean, you can't adopt your way out of this problem of animal neglect, abuse, and abandonment. You have to spay and neuter to prevent it from starting in the first place. So tell me, first of all, how long have you had the vet suite?
So we've had the vet suite since our inception, so 40 years. But we've only really focused on our animals because but now we've been partnering with community partners to allow them, because it's hard, right? Not everyone can afford a spay and neuter at that price. If we can help them and help our local partners do better and spay and neuter more, we all win. So we've actually opened it up in that way. But otherwise, you're right. We've had the vet suite for some time.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So when you say your community partners, to whom are you referring?
Anywhere from, so think of like Sandy City, because we're in Sandy City. Think of like Rescue Rovers. Think of New Haven, like all of the local rescues we try to support on a regular basis to ensure that they can continue to do the vet services they need for their animals.
So you're helping support their good work, whatever they're doing. And typically it is like, for example, you probably support Rough Haven.
Yep. You nailed it.
Yep. We love Rough Haven.
Yes, we do.
Still love Rough Haven, but we love all of you. But we love Rough Haven. But I just know they're so new, and even though they're small, they're having tremendous impact. But they don't have access to reasonably priced vet services. No, so through you being able to offer that, you are doing. I mean, the magnitude of the impact is kind of extraordinary. If you've been at this for 40 years.
Correct.
And now you've pivoted or added to your services that you're helping your community partners with more spay, neuter, vaccinations, and taking medical care of the animals that they're saving.
Correct. You got
it.
Yes. Love. You and me both. That's why we volunteer all of our time, our energy, our blood, sweat, tears. I mean, it's an amazing organization to be a part of. It truly.
I mean, honest to God, I mean, to quantify what you've done has got to be really difficult over 40 years. It's got to be, honestly, like in the million, like a lot of animals have been prevented from being born unwanted, abandoned, abused, and neglected if you've been spaying and neutering for 40 years. Fantastic. That's all I have to say.
I know. I couldn't agree more. It's some of our grants ask like quantify your impact. And I was like, okay. So it is fun to kind of run through like, okay, if we were able to, spay one female, right? How many litters does that? Because, as we know,
Right.
a mother, a cat can have so many litters in her lifetime. But if she's not, just the impact of that it's pretty magical.
Yeah. One cat's impact is extraordinary. It's
Mhm.
crazy. Okay, so now the brick and mortar facility is how long has and that's specifically for adopting cats.
So this one is yes. So we were formerly on Redwood Road where we had a dog and a cat facility, so we could house both. During the pandemic, the owners wanted to sell that. Completely understand. We all fell on hard times during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So we went and now own our very own. So we went and found a property that we could own. And right now, you're right, is all cats on property. Our goal and our expansion, which is why we're continuing to raise funds, is to expand the dog program on property so that we can start to house the dogs and have even a few kennels, right? That we could continue to be that revolving door for our animals, but also support the dog side of the program. Right now it's through foster. I know we're all pleading for fosters, but that's something we can plead with together here. But yes, we're all pleading for fosters to get, the dogs through the program.
So I was wondering if there was when you were cat only, I was wondering if part of the reason, now I know it's not the case, but I was just wondering if part of the reason may have been that cats can handle being there better than dogs at a facility versus foster, where fosters, it's more like being in a home environment and they're more decompressed versus being in one of those facilities, which is loud and stressful.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. I mean, there's some real truth to that, right? The dogs just do better in a foster program.
Yeah. I mean,
they come out exactly. They kind of live their best life in that way. You put a dog in a very small environment. It is hard, right? And it's hard to see the behavior of the animal, the character of the animal. It's hard to see that when they're in that more trauma, it's a little traumatic, right? For them.
Right. So which is, again, brings up the point, which I try to harp on as well, which is when people adopt, to be patient, particularly if adopting out of a facility and it's a dog. Be patient because that dog has been under stress and won't become who he or she is for some time. So you have to be patient during that process.
Yes.
Because I see lots of videos, because of course I follow a million, animal rescuers on TikTok, and
as you should. That's your job. As you should.
And then I hear of these, people getting returned dogs in like 24 to 48 hours because the dog didn't behave the way they hoped a dog would, when the dog's just being de-traumatized.
Correct. Yeah. And it takes them a while to recognize your routine, who you are, what you want. I mean, it just takes them some time, right? I mean, I can appreciate that, having my cats be rescues, right? Where you bring them into the house and you're like, okay, let's learn each other. Let's learn each other's routines. And it takes a year, 18 months sometimes to make sure that they, that they come out of their shell and they feel safe.
Yeah. So don't tell my husband, but he's on a business trip right now. And my new rescue has been sleeping next to me. And I've learned by her sleeping next to me a little bit more about her than I do when she sleeps in on the dog bed. Like, I'm learning about her breathing, like that she has some issues with breathing at night. I'm like, oh, I would not have known that.
How would you have known?
Right. But don't tell him. Okay. Cause he would be very happy with that.
Your secret's safe with me. This isn't live. It's fine.
Okay. Now let's talk about the fundraiser. So for those who don't know, but I'm sure pretty much everybody does at this point, we do fundraisers where we donate $2.50 for every item sold on the website during the course of the weekly fundraiser, which begins Monday morning and ends Sunday at midnight. And we have lots of things on the website that you don't have to drink fantastic coffee. You don't have to drink fantastic coffee, but if you
we'll judge you if you don't. We'll judge you if you don't. But
as well we should. But if you're not a coffee drinker, you can get a mug. You can get a mug. You can get a t-shirt, you can get a hat, you can get a dog toy, whatever. Oh, and I want to announce also that we are going to be launching some cat coffee later in the year for those cat lovers who don't like to get a dog in the bag.
That's adorable.
And some swag. And so that'll be fun for the next time we get together. So $2.50 for every item sold, not every order. So buy. And then the big question is, Rose, what would like a $300 to $500, let's say we kill it, and what would like a $300 to $500 donation, what kind of impact would that have?
Mhm. Yeah, well, let's stick with the theme. There's many places that has impact for us because we are a small organization run completely on, we don't even have any government funding. We are completely at the will of every dollar donation that comes in from very giving individuals and private foundations. So for us, every little bit goes a long way. Let's stick with the theme of the vet suite though, because
I
that
love the vet suite.
Yes, yes. So, I mean, $500 will pay our vet for 3 days.
3 what?
Days.
3 days.
3 days.
Jeez.
3 days. And you know what we can do in that time?
Yes.
On average, we do through 10 to 12 spays and neuters per day.
Okay,
So
don't
that's 36 to
my
40 some odd.
imagine 36 female cats.
Mhm.
Oh my God, that's like thousands of cats
Yes.
avoiding to be born and abandoned.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's a
So that's why it goes a long ways with us. A long ways.
that is a wonderful impact. I love that so much. I wanted to ask, because I didn't bring this up before, and I want to circle back and talk a little bit about, because you said you don't get government funding, and that perked my ears up, which in an annoying way. Why? Because I know you support municipalities and government entities.
Mhm. Yeah, in all fairness, it's something we're going to explore this year. So my grant writer is going through kind of an evaluation of like, okay, where else can we get funding? Because we've mainly been focused on the private and the foundations, but as you know, foundations run down their funds.
Mhm.
So we're in a situation, right, where a couple foundations we've lost. So we're now kind of reimagining where we can go find funding. And you're right, the government and the grants are an area we're going to have to start going after and start looking at differently.
Because, you know, in a former life, I was a Summit County councilor for 2 terms.
Oh, I didn't know.
And we did give, part of our granting was, well, one, we supported our, obviously our animal shelter, but we also supported the nonprofits that pulled animals from our shelter to help us fulfill that shelter's mission, to go for animals to go to a rescue and become adoptable to their forever homes. So I would really recommend you explore that with those.
We're going to. More impact. We need more impact.
Yeah, and they should be supporting you because you're really helping them fulfill what, a governmental function, frankly, which is, the dog catcher.
Correct. Yep.
So that's
a quote right there, right? Help me help you. Help me.
Exactly. That's the pitch.
Exactly what we need. Yeah.
You. Yes.
Help me help you.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to try to raise $500. That's now that I know where it's going and the amazing impact it's going to have, we're going to try to raise $500 to pay for your vet suite for 3 days and over 30 spay neuters. Amazing. Let's do it, Rose.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Yes. We are going to grow. We're going to shout out from the rooftops to our fans, and you're going to do it to your fans.
We'll do it too. Absolutely.
That we need to buy. And the more you buy, the more items you buy, the more money goes to the Utah Animal Adoption Center. So we've got a lot of time. We have 4.5 more days to get the word out and to get people to buy and support Utah Animal Adoption Center while drinking fantastic coffee.
Of course. It doesn't get much better. It doesn't get much better.
How could it really, frankly?
How could it?
I know. Fantastic. All right, Rose. Well, you have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to see how we do, and I can't wait for the next time we chat.
Yeah, same. Thank you for supporting us and this life-saving work that we do. We truly couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
It's like why we get up in the morning.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
They're great coffee.
Yeah, and great coffee. It's true. And great coffee, of course. Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you so much. And I can't wait for Monday, and have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.